Well, let's get going then here. Hey, everybody, this is Weston Bim here with Winning Edge Real Estate, and we're honored to partner with the HEADstrong Foundation again this summer. And we got one of the representatives here, Richie, who's going to be at Ocean City here this weekend. So, Richie, appreciate you taking a little bit of time for this.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much, Weston.
Hey, you guys. So, for anyone that's not familiar with the HEADstrong Foundation, kind of go over who they are, what's Nick's house, what's Nick's mission, kind of go over that real quickly and why that's important.
Yeah, so the HEADstrong Foundation was created in 2006 by Nick Calalori. He was a college men's lacrosse player at Harford University. And just after his freshman year, he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. So that obviously came as a big shock to him, big shock to his family. He was in the prime, really of his life. He was living out his dream, playing college lacrosse. His brother was about to come up to Harford with him and join him going into his freshman year. And Nick was dealt a hand that nobody ever wants to deal with or face. And as Nick got into his treatment and started, figuring out what his diagnosis was and what the next steps were for him, he decided to use his time, his efforts, and his platform to really try and make a difference for others and those around him. The genesis of the HEADstrong Foundation and really what we do now was founded from Nick's hospital bed. While he was in there in the hospital receiving treatment, he constantly had his family coming in and visit him. He had a wave of visitors from his teammates at Harford University, his former teammates down here in Ridley, PA, and he felt so much love and felt so much support. But when he looked around the hospital around him, he realized that so many others didn't have those things. So he started to kind of put the pieces together to figure out ways that he can make a difference and make an impact for others around him that were going through the same battle and didn't have those various support systems. As those ideas kind of grew and began to flourish, he also just noticed the lack of resources generally available to families, whether that was lodging resources for people traveling in out of town to receive treatment, whether that was emotional support for not only patients but family members coming in and having to be a caretaker for cancer patients, and then also on top of that, the financial support aspect of it. There's so much unknown with the cancer diagnosis, and so much of that falls onto the financial burden that accompanies it and comes along with it. So Nick was thinking about all these things while he's undergoing treatment himself, trying to beat his disease. Unfortunately, Nick had passed away just over a year later, but during his time, and really in the last remaining months of his life, he worked with his family to really lay the roots and the groundwork for what we now know as the HEADstrong Foundation. So for the past 20 years, our mission has been to support patients and families affected by cancer through residential, emotional, and financial resources. And over the last 20 years, we've continued to grow and do that. Not only locally here in the Philly area, but nationally. We've expanded our resources out to our Nick's House program, which is free residential lodging for patients and families coming from out of town that have to seek life-saving cancer treatment. So we have our Nick's House, one here in Philadelphia, one in Boston. 20 years later, almost $40 million raised and thousands of patients and families supported. And Nick's vision continues to live on and go strong here in our organization and through the lacrosse world and folks like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, for us, we've been involved with the HEADstrong Foundation. I'm going to age myself a little bit here and say that I've been involved with you guys since ninth grade, and I was a freshman in high school, 2009. So aging myself a little bit here, but I know it's a great foundation. I know a lot of people don't really know about it, and you guys are doing great things because my mom's a cancer survivor, and luckily where she was getting treatment was in Baltimore, right by us here. So we're at least, it'll be close. I was also a patient at the Sinai Hospital at the Rubin Institute, and we know at both those hospitals, people traveled all over the country to be there. And I truly agree. That's probably one of the biggest problems is there's no lodging there. And the fact that my mom was able to recover so well, I was able to recover so well, is because I had access 30 minutes away.
Yep.
And if you can't get that constant access, your recovery and I hate to say this way, chances of survival or chances of getting a full recovery drop down tremendously. And overall, having family closer to you, it helps out a lot as well because you have that support system there.
Yeah. Our president, Cheryl Calalori, who also is Nick's mom, I think she phrased it best. She says, "Where you live shouldn't determine if you live," right? And there's so many people that are faced with a really impossible choice of uprooting their entire lives to go and seek the best possible treatment versus staying home, staying local, to have all those things that you just mentioned, have your family, have those support systems, and maybe you're foregoing the best possible treatment option because you can't afford it or you can't find lodging. Hotel rooms near, we're going for $350, $400 a night in these major
Yeah.
metropolitan areas. So a lot of those options don't exist for people. So what we do at Headstrong and through our Nick's House programs, we're able to give people the best possible chance at survival
Yeah.
because they're able to come stay at the homes for free. And that's exactly what they are. They're homes. We try and build a loving, supporting community with all the families staying there that, it ensures them that when they leave treatment, when they come home at night, they have the best possible situation to be taken care of.
No, and for us, because like I said, we've been through it. I've been through it personally for not cancer, but through a different procedure. My mom went through cancer, so
Yeah.
this touches home for me because I know how important it is, and me
Yeah.
witnessing firsthand, seeing people travel from all over the U.S. to get treatment and maybe not get the exact treatment that they need because they can't stay there long term.
Right.
So it goes a long way for people. And you knocked out several of the questions I was going to ask right away. So what's kind of a story that sticks in, aside from Nick there, what's kind of a
Yeah.
story that you've come across recently through the Headstrong Foundation, where what you guys done in Philly there, Boston, now Durham there, what's kind of a story that you've heard through the grapevine so far about having one of Nick's house there really saving someone, for lack of better terms?
Yeah, we feature and profile many of the families that stay with us on our social media and on our YouTube, and I think one of the most resonant videos and the one that really hits home with me. I have a 16-month-old at home, so I'm a relatively new father, but we recently supported a family from Kentucky and the Neller family. And the Nellers actually had two children, both under the age of 3, I believe, that were both diagnosed with a very rare eye cancer.
Wow.
And they had to completely uproot their lives because the only place that their children could be treated in the proper way was here in Philly. So Nick's House was the perfect resource that existed for them to come and be able to stay as a family, welcoming not only their two kids, but mom and dad, all here together. And in the video feature, you can see just all of them sitting together at Nick's house, and it looks like their house, right? It's them sitting on a couch talking about their experience and about what they're going through. But you think of what that situation might entail without a resource like Nick's house, where would they have foregone that treatment option, right here where it's best possible, or would they have perhaps had to stay in a hotel every night?
Yeah.
I know what it's like having to travel with a 16-month-old and having a little one in a hotel. It's not the easiest. It's not the most accommodating. So I can't imagine doing that with two young kids, and not only just two young kids that are battling for their lives, right? So that's just one example. Having, being able to support a full family coming in and giving them as much love and attention as they need to be able to focus on their treatment, focus on getting better, and then be able to come back to Nick's house every night and know that they have that, that safe community back there waiting for them. I think that was really powerful one.
No, that's fantastic. And kind of going on that topic there, well, what services does the Headstrong Foundation Nick's House provide to a family that's coming in?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that makes our Nick's House resource unique is it's open to anyone. So we don't discriminate in any way by age, race, gender, across the board. You can find other lodging options that might only be a pediatric lodging option or might only be for adults. But our main focus is keeping a patient and their caretaker together to be able to have that sense of community and go through that battle together. The other thing is when you are a guest at Nick's house, you're welcome there for the duration of your treatment plan. So we have people there for.
So there's no. I'm sorry to cut you off. So there's no limit or anything like that. So whether it's a month or a year, you can be there the entire time.
Yeah. So you're welcome. You like I said, the focus is going in to attack your treatment plan every day as best as possible. But what we're really looking to do is, what we really try to offer is a resource where you don't have to worry about any of those other future problems. Is your time going to run out? Are you going to have to check out at some point? We try and make those accommodations as best as possible for people so that, if you're initial treatment plan is 3 months, but you end up having to stay 4 months, 5 months, whatever your treatment plan is, you're welcome to stay in the house for that amount of time. The houses are our houses in Philly and in Boston both house 6 families at a time.
Mm.
Each of the rooms in the house have 2 beds, so one for a patient, one for a caretaker, and then we try and make the house as accommodating or as welcoming as possible. So obviously frequent cleanings, obviously communal space for people that do want to come together. We try and host family dinners, weekly or bi-weekly, so that anybody who's feeling up to it can come and break bread together and share their experiences. And I think that that really speaks to the community building aspect of at Nick's house. I've been over to family dinners at our house here in Swarthmore, and as somebody who's never gone through a cancer battle myself, or I haven't had a immediate family member go through it either, so I've never had to sit and witness it necessarily firsthand. And those folks that are staying at the house have a unique shared experience that really only they can relate to. So having that sense of emotional support between the guests, I think, is really special and powerful there.
No, for sure, especially be able to laugh and have fun, have someone else there supporting you and going through the same thing you are.
Absolutely.
And kind of leading into that here, because a lot of people get concerned about donating to charities because they hear about charities only donating 8 cents on the dollar, which I think is the federal minimum that you have to donate. And I know we used to donate to people before. We don't donate anymore because they're having giant client parties and stuff like that. So if someone was to donate $100 to the HEADstrong Foundation, how does that get well, I don't know if you're even allowed to say it. How does it get divvied up, and how does it get shelled out so we're able to provide for families?
Yeah, so I guess a pretty simple breakdown of it is our average cost is about $150 per night per family in order to make our Nick's houses run, right? So if you're donating $150 to the HEADstrong Foundation, you're essentially putting up a family for one night.
So that full 150. So if someone donates 150, that full 150 goes there. So let's make it a little bit easier then. Let's say it's $1,000 someone donates. So we already know 150 of that. So 10.5% automatically goes to Nick's house for that $1,000. So
yeah, well, I mean, all of it goes directly back to all the various resources we're providing, whether it's going directly back to help fund and support our Nick's houses, whether it's going through our financial aid programs, but all the donations are going directly to help support the patients and families that we're working with.
Yeah, gotcha. So pretty much aside from your normal operating expenses, so let's just say 20% operating expenses, so 80% is automatically going back to the people.
Yeah, and I'll take it a step further too. We're a pretty small and nimble team as well.
Yeah.
Not that we're a minimalist organization in any way, but we understand the value of a donor's money, and we understand that people who are giving want to see their money used for good.
Yes.
And we take a lot of pride in the fact that the families and patients that we support, the resources that we provide, the access to care that we're able to to open doors to for the people we work with. The more we can kind of streamline that and make sure all the money is going to the right things, I think it's super important. It's something we're really cognizant of.
Yeah, no, and to me, I honestly did not know that until this right now. So I'm glad my money's going to a good. I already knew my money is going to a good place, what makes me feel even better now. So, and tell me, because the lacrosse community is where it all got started, and you and I both know the lacrosse community is a very, very small. Even though there's a lot of players in it, it's a small community.
Yes.
So why is stuff like the Ocean City tournament important? I know you just got back from Lake Placid. Why is Lake Placid important? Well, why is lacrosse so important to the HEADstrong Foundation?
For many reasons, I'll try to simplify. Is it's what Nick believed in. It's what our founder Nick believed in. He was such a proponent of the power of team, and was such a proud member of the teams that he associated with and played for, and especially his team at Hofstra University. When Nick was first diagnosed, he really leaned on that. He leaned on that team really heavily to help him in so many ways, to give him an outlet and a way to maybe take his mind off the treatment. And also, like, they were his support system, they were his brotherhood, and a lot of that, I think, informed his decision to start the HEADstrong Foundation and to believe in the brotherhood of lacrosse. The first fundraising avenue that HEADstrong really ever had, you can see it in the logo right here, is our lime green laces.
Yep, I've worn those on my cleats before.
Yeah, me and you both. I started wearing them in 2007. So lime green laces were lime green is the ribbon color for non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and that was just a way to really spread the word and raise awareness. So the first HEADstrong laces were created shortly after Nick's diagnosis, and the avenue of distribution was through his teammates. So he had teammates at Hofstra wearing them, and eventually they began being sold, and more lacrosse teams across the country picked them up. And it was a conversation starter. It was a talking point to say, hey, what are those things? And it's a lime green lace with the blue HEADstrong writing across it. And from there, word kind of spreads, and it's a way for people, like I said, it's a conversation piece. It was a way for people to begin talking. But as a member of the lacrosse community yourself, I think you've probably been witness to the fact that the lacrosse community supports its own.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's working with your alumni network after college to help secure a job, or alumni donating back to their own schools and their own programs to help the growth for the next generation of players. And it's no different in the world of nonprofits. But I think what's been so powerful and impactful about the lacrosse community that we work with is so many people see pieces of themselves in Nick's story, and it's not necessarily that hard to imagine or to picture yourself as that 19-year-old dealt with that impossible hand. And I can't say I would have reacted in the same way Nick did, to immediately start thinking about others and immediately to start looking for ways to help serve and grow a community that needed support and needed access and needed resources. It's a really difficult thing to do and a really powerful thing to do. So I think Nick's story and who he is as a person, and also his connection to the lacrosse world, I think is why we remain so closely tied with the lacrosse world today, is because so many people see themselves in or resonate with that story and that connection to the lacrosse world. And that was really the roots of our foundation is in the sport of lacrosse. So we stay connected to it because of the support that they've given back to us and the way the lacrosse community has helped us grow and to reach new networks, but also because of the meaning and impact that it had for Nick. I think it's a perfect way to continue to live on his vision and stay connected.
Absolutely. So, and then I guess kind of going on that topic as well, what is the partnership with the MDLL, the Ocean City Lacrosse Classic, which you and I are both going to be at here starting this Thursday. I'll be there a little early on Wednesday, but does this partnership with them, how's that? Well, let me ask a little differently. The partnership that you have with the MDLL Ocean City Tournament, which is this week here, and then us, we're all working together here again this year. What does that mean to the HEADstrong Foundation?
Yeah, partnering with MDLL and Ocean City has been really a special and transformative partnership for us at HEADstrong, because it's continued to open new doors for us. We have history going to Lake Placid and maybe various other tournaments, but what Colin Fagan at MDLL and he runs Ocean City, what he's really done is allowed us to kind of double down on our engagement and involvement with the tournament, where he's been so supportive and has kind of helped us open some doors where we're able to put in 5 teams this year that are all fundraising to support HEADstrong. So we have 5 teams, each with about a 20 to 25 person roster under our Team Attack Cancer umbrella. And all those players are asked to raise a minimum of $300 for HEADstrong.
Oh, wow.
So I'm not a math guy, but you can add those numbers up. It's our Team Attack Cancer program this summer is approaching, I think, $90,000 raised.
That's awesome.
And we're still going, right? We still got to go through the weekend, and the players will continue. But again, it's a testament to the people that we partner with to help us get those opportunities and open those doors. Kids and college players right out of college, like, people want to go to Ocean City. It's a destination tournament.
Yeah.
So for us to be able to work with Colin and the MDLL to get those spots in that tournament like I said, opening doors, right? He's opened a door for an opportunity for us where then we partner with uh, college players, mainly locally in the area, kids that grew up kind of really knowing about Headstrong, but have gone off to Penn State, to Rutgers, to Brown, to Princeton, to great schools all across the country, and we can now give them an opportunity to come back and play together with their best friends from home under this Team Attack Cancer umbrella, and they can continue to support our cause through that. And then being connected with you and with Winning Edge, it again continues to open new doors for us and new audiences, right? And these kind of these newer partnerships that we're forming, where you continue to open doors to us as well. You have a new audience. You have new members of your community that you very graciously have taught about Headstrong, and you're informing people about something that you're passionate about. And Headstrong relies so much on that. So much of it is word of mouth and being able to spread our message. Like I said, we're a small and nimble but mighty team here at Headstrong. I think less than 20 full-time employees still here. So to be able to do the work that we do relies on people who are invested and care. So, having partnered with you all for the past, now going to our second year here with the tournament and our big event at Secrets has been really amazing, and it helps us in a tremendous way.
Oh, we're all looking forward to Secrets on Saturday. I
Heck
can tell you
yeah.
that right now. So we're running short on time here. So let's go through some of the quick rapid fire questions for you real quick. So
Yep.
if you can you're giving me a great response, but try to give me a 30-second response if possible.
Gotcha.
So first off, what's one misconception people have about the Headstrong Foundation?
One misconception.
Or really just cancer support organizations in general, kind of like how we talked about earlier. Some people aren't giving all the money back to the patients. So what's one misconception people have about cancer support organizations?
I actually might go back to how you framed the initial question. A lot of people do associate Headstrong so closely with the lacrosse world, and while that is an amazing thing, and we are so proud and so honored to be a part of that, we're also really proud of the growth that we've had in other sports over the past couple of years. My coworker Jackie Alabo just launched a field hockey attacks cancer campaign, which in the past month has raised over $25,000 already. So really tremendous to see the growth in that sport as well. We've partnered with football teams, swim clubs. We've had volleyball campaigns. More than just being a lacrosse player, our founder Nick was valued team and the student athlete experience, and so the lacrosse community has set the bar for what those next partnerships look like. But we are continuing to expand outside and get in all sports.
Perfect. And what's the first thing that you tell families when they move into a Knicks house?
That they're loved and supported, and that the reason for them being there is to get the best possible treatment. We want people to feel like home when they step into Knicks house. We want to be able to provide that care in that community, and we want them to be able to focus on each day going into treatment and getting better.
Perfect. And if you had 30 seconds to tell someone why they should donate, aside from this whole conversation we had, if you had 30 seconds in an elevator, what would be your elevator pitch why someone should donate?
The HEADstrong Foundation is fully committed to serving cancer patients and their families by providing the best possible opportunities and access to care. And through your donation, what we can make possible is affordable care, affordable lodging, and giving people the best possible treatment plan to be able to fight their battle as best they can, and go the distance and come out on the other side.
Perfect. And what's one thing you wish everyone knew about the HEADstrong Foundation?
One thing I wish people knew, that every dollar counts. Every single donation that comes our way, I think we take a lot of pride in making sure that we do something great with it, and that it gets back in one way or another to somebody who really needs it and is going through a tough time. And we try and create as much of a family atmosphere as possible where the patients and the families that we serve feel the love and support from the outside community.
And when's HEADstrong buying a house with us in Baltimore?
Hey, I'm not going to say it's not on the list, Weston.
So we're saying it's not out of the question. It's just coming soon.
You can mark that one in. Definitely coming soon. You'll be our first call.
Perfect. And in closing, what's one message you would leave for everyone anyone that watched to the very end here, anyone that's going through cancer treatment, just anyone watching right now, what's one message you would leave with them?
you have a support system, whether it's the people at home, people at the hospital. But if you ever need more of a support system, the HEADstrong Foundation is here for you.
Perfect. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to speak with us on behalf of Winning Edge Real Estate. We really appreciate the time. We will see you here on Wednesday. And anyone that watched the very end here, there's going to be a link in the caption of this video. And please make sure to go donate. We're going to be there, like I said, Ocean City. Richie will be there Thursday through Sunday at Northside Park. So stop by, say hello. And for anyone that watched the very end here, I'm going to make a deal with you all right now. If you reference Richie's name and you call us, I'm going to automatically donate 10% of my commission check to the HEADstrong Foundation. If you watch the very end, that's a deal I'm making right now.
Weston, you're an incredible partner. We absolutely appreciate you and everything that Winning Edge Real Estate does, and we're excited to partner with you guys and see you all down at Ocean City this weekend.
Hey, we'll see you.
Awesome. Thanks so much, brother.